Emotional withdrawal is a coping mechanism where individuals distance themselves emotionally and or physically from others, often as a response to feeling hurt, stressed, or overwhelmed. It can involve a lack of communication, reduced intimacy, and avoiding conflict, and is often mistaken for indifference or introversion. I'm somebody who has experienced emotional withdrawal numerous times in my life. I don't know when it started. I would say it's probably been with me since I was little. If I got into an argument with somebody, or I was stressed out, or something happened, opposed to me just exploding on whoever was nearby, I would just stay silent. I would just bottle it up, and eventually it would just go away. And I never really took any mind to it. It wasn't until recently I was on Twitter and I saw something from Mindset Machine. They were talking about this coping mechanism, and everything they were talking about in that video, it resonated with me. I can 100% agree with everything that it's saying because I've gone through it. I've experienced it multiple times. I've experienced it recently, right, with my relationship and other aspects of my life that I'm not going to get into right now. It's so crazy how I thought me being silent was just a little quirk of mine, but in reality it's probably like more of a coping mechanism than anything else, and I don't know how I feel about it. Like I said, there's been plenty of times where I'm having an argument with my girl, or something stressful pops up, opposed to me just being completely just stressed out and everybody can see it. Depending on who you are, yeah, I probably do disclose my stress, my frustration with them, but for most people who aren't associated with me, they don't see the frustration in my face. They don't see the pain, the rage, the sadness, right? Straight face. If you come up to me and ask me how I'm doing, I'm gonna say, yeah, I'm doing alright, or I've had better days, and then I leave it at that. It's so weird having this kind of cope mechanism, because there's so many instances where I'm having conversations with myself, whether that's something with my girlfriend or a family member. It's weird. It's like I just don't say what I want to say inside my head. I can have a full-blown conversation and I am very articulate, my points are precise, but the moment I try and replicate that outside my head and I try and discuss my points, it leads to me losing my words. I'm stuttering, or I can't get the words out, but in my head I know exactly what I want to say and what I'm thinking, but I can't get those words out. Trust me, it gets very frustrating at a point to where it's like, why can't I say what I want to say? I don't know if it's because I'm worried that they'll think of me differently, or they'll hate me, or they might not mess with me anymore. I don't know what the case is, but for some reason, I don't know why, I just can't say what I want to say sometimes. I guess you can say, like, over the course of the years of me having this coping mechanism, it just feels like silence is just the better option for me. I think having that opposed to exploding and just being over the top and saying things I don't mean to say, I'd rather just gather my thoughts and be quiet and come talk to you like another day or whatever about what happened. My girlfriend has dealt with that so many times with me. Whether it's something I did, whether it's something that she did, or something we both did, it's always to the point where, if I'm upset about something, I'm not gonna talk to her for a day or for a couple of hours until I gather my thoughts. I was really curious, like, why can't I? It wasn't even over anything too crazy. I think it's just the way how we had the discussion, it led to me not feeling a certain type of way about how it was being portrayed. I don't know, I just kind of just shut down. I didn't really talk to her for the rest of the day. Came to the conclusion, we're fine now, but I'm just saying, like, there's so many of these instances that happen to me on a regular, I wouldn't say a regular basis, but it happens every once in a while. Let's just say that. But I never have a problem with being silenced, right? I never understood why people always harped on like the quiet kids and all that, and the silent people. I don't know why they assume like if you're quiet or you're silent, you're a weak person. I never agreed to that. Silence isn't a weakness. It's where you can process the pain. You can rebuild your boundaries. It's something about it, man. It's so mesmerizing. I don't know, man. It's sometimes the world feels too heavy, and it's very hard to express my thoughts and feelings about certain things in my life, so I usually resort to silence, because I feel like silence and having my own conversations in my head, it feels better. I don't know how to express it. Obviously this depends on the person I'm talking to, right? I can be silent or I can be confrontational, but 9 times out of 10 I'm gonna try and be more silent. If they are mature enough, if I feel like we can have a discussion and talk about it and sit down and go over our points, then by all means I will do that. I'm always down for discussions whenever I'm in some kind of controversy on YouTube or whatever. It's nothing too crazy, but anything small with other content creators or whatever, depending on what video I make, I'm always down for discussions, right? Let's sit down, let's talk. I don't mind hopping in a Discord call or hop in on your live stream or whatever and we just discuss whatever it is we were talking about. If they aren't like that, I just rather not deal with it. I'd rather just sit down in silence and I'd rather just tune everything out and be alone with my own thoughts. And I wouldn't say this is like a mental health issue or anything like that. I just think it's interesting to think about, because we get so wrapped up in our everyday life with work, school, whatever it is that we had to do, especially if you're a man. Nobody really takes the time to sit down and ask you how you're doing, how you're feeling, how are you mentally, how are you feeling emotionally, are you okay, do you need a hug, do you need XYZ, do you need support? I always try to do my best to be that one friend in a friend group. You can come talk to me about whatever the hell you feel like talking about, right? My door is open to you. If you want to vent to me about something, go ahead and tell me, and I'll try to do my best to be there for you. That's always how I've been, because I've also been there where the person I want to talk to is not there, and they're still not there in my life right now. And it does hurt, so I try my best to be that person. I don't know what the point of this video was. I just kind of want to come on here and just talk about it because I saw this tweet on my feed the other day and it really got me thinking. I just want to hear what you guys' thoughts on that too, if you guys also have dealt with something like that. Maybe we can have a discussion about it in the comments. But yeah, that's enough for me. Hope you guys enjoyed this little video. My name's Yex. Be sure to follow me on all my socials. Follow me on my Twitter at itsyex and my Instagram at justyex. Follow my Redbubble account if you guys are interested in some anime designs and stuff like that. More videos coming soon. I'm gonna have a skate video talking about season 1 and Skate-A-Ween coming in the next couple days, so keep an eye out for that. But anyway, hope you guys have a good day, and yeah, man, I'll talk to y'all later. See ya.
According to psychology, people who go silent when something upsets or hurts them are often using a coping mechanism called emotional withdrawal. It's not that they have nothing to say. It's that somewhere along the way they learned silence feels safer than being misunderstood. Instead of exploding outward with anger or frustration, they turn inward. They have entire conversations in their head, explaining exactly how they feel with perfect clarity. But when the moment comes to speak, the words get stuck, so they stay quiet. Psychologists call this internalized emotional regulation, the habit of handling pain privately, even if it costs them deeper connection. And over time, it stops being a choice. It becomes second nature. People label them shy, distant, or introverted, but what they really are is guarded. And what they really need is someone who notices their silence, understands it, and chooses to stay close anyway.